Welcome to the Stack Supplement Podcast, the premier source for supplement news and reviews.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Stack Supplement Podcast, where we go over all of the top stories and exciting products shared on our website stack3d.com or stack.com from the past 7 days. I do apologize, as last week and the week before we actually had to skip the episode. I fell sick last week, and the week before that kind of tied in with travel. But we're just going to jump straight back into it to keep you updated on everything that happened in the past week. And it was, as per usual, the site was loaded with news, exciting products, and updates. And we're going to kick this episode off with news from one of my favorite functional food brands. Originally started out as just a typical supplement company in Grenade from the UK. Now, Grenade over the past few years has transitioned very well into the functional space, introducing just a variety of protein snacks, protein foods. You've got its biscuit, you've got its original Carb Killa protein bar, it's got shakes, it's expanded into a lot of products now, and specifically the original protein bar, which has now got a mountain of flavors to choose from. I believe it's 13 in total. And this past week, the company introduced a advent calendar. Now, this is a traditional advent calendar, 25 windows, giving you protein, one window, one snack, all the way up from the 1st to the 25th. So you get one on Christmas Day, and each window is filled with a full-size Carb Killa protein bar. And so there are 12 flavors, 12 flavors in total, 2 of each flavor, and which is the entire Carb Killa lineup. The only one missing is one of actually my favorites, is the Banana Armour, which was originally announced as a limited edition, but has hung around. So every other flavor is in there, all the way from dark chocolate mint, white chocolate salted peanut, white chocolate cookie, the recently released gingerbread. So you're not short on options with the calendar. And again, so you get one on the last day as well. And that one launched exclusively in the UK and Europe last week. I don't know if there's any stock left. I know that they said they had limited amount, but it was £44 or €49 for each one. And it's only available on there, so you won't find it on Grenade's US website. Next up, we go to Sinister Labs, or who is now called SynFit Nutrition. The brand recently changed its name, rebranded all of its products, its well-known products, the caffeinated peanut butters, and now it has introduced its first ever protein powder. Now, they're marketing this one as pretty damn tasty. They said it's available in 3 smoothie-like flavors. So by the sounds of things, they're going for a nice thick milkshake-like experience. You've got the traditional chocolate peanut butter in there, but the other 2 flavors on its menu are fruit cereal and cinnamon roll. So less traditional tastes outside of the flavors and that sort of unique smoothie take. SynFit has pretty much put together a very simple, straightforward protein powder. You get 25 grams of protein per serving. That comes from a blend of fast-absorbing whey isolate and whey concentrate. You get I think it's 3 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs, give or take, 160 calories, and 130 calories for the other flavor. Sorry, that 160 calories is for the chocolate peanut butter flavor, as it is actually made with real powdered peanut butter. The other flavor is a little lighter. The fat is 2 grams instead of 3. The carbs are 3 instead of 5. Protein's the same, but the calories, as mentioned, a little reflected at a little lower at 130. You can grab that product now from SynFit's website. There is a 28-serving tub for $44.99. They do, however, have a sample packet variety set, which allow you to try the protein without investing in a full tub. And that comes in, you get 2 sachets of each flavor for $13.99 or 3 sachets of each flavor for $19.99. While it's not as cost effective as buying that 28-serving tub, it is going to save you a lot of money in the long run if it turns out that you don't like the flavor or whatsoever. Either way, it's a great option to try the product for the first time. From SynFit Nutrition, we move all the way over to the UK again, but we stay in the protein powder category, and this is the next bit of news we have is from the Mars Candy Company. Now, if you've been following the site for a while, you'll know that Mars has kind of just headed straight into the supplement market. Happened, I think, a couple years ago or so. Could be wrong. They introduced a Mars protein bar. And then since then, they've done a Snickers, they've done a Bounty, they've done Flapjacks, And in amongst all that, there was a Mars protein powder. Now, we tried it when it launched. It was all right. It wasn't bad for the brand's first kind of protein powder, but it didn't reflect that traditional Mars bar taste as much as any other really good chocolate caramel protein. Well, this week or this month, Mars has launched a new Mars protein powder. It's called Mars High Protein powder, and then there's also a Snickers one. So both are kind of branded with the candy bars, intending to deliver that signature candy bar flavor experience. And I don't quite know if the taste is any better than that original, for the Mars one at least. The Snickers is obviously entirely new, so we don't know about that. But the formula and everything is pretty much around the same. The original was no different from your typical protein. It was whey-based, and so this one is pretty similar. You get 21 grams of protein per serving. It's a bit, like I said, the same as the original. Nothing too stand out. But yeah, 21 grams of protein from a blend, I think it is. Oh no, but yeah, it's primarily from whey concentrate. And then there's 4 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs for about 140 calories on the Mars bar flavor, and then 141 for the Snickers. Now, again, this is launched in the UK, and this has always been where the Mars candy supplements have been. We have yet to see them move into the US. You'll find them all over the UK and Europe, and I've also seen some in Australia and New Zealand, but I'm not 100% sure if these ones are going to extend as far as that. We'll have to wait and see, but they are both now available in the UK. There's a site that we've linked on. We linked it to pretty much on most of our UK launches and snacks. It's called Protein Pick & Mix, and these guys ship worldwide. So if you actually do want to try any of the great snacks and products that we share from the UK European market, check that link. Those guys are great shipping, great reliability, great speed on ordering and stuff like that. So definitely check that out. From the exciting Mars company, we moved back to the US, and we moved back to one of the most exciting products launched this year, and that is Arez Super. Now, Arez Super is from the reputable company NTel Nutra. They're behind a wide variety of reputable pre-workouts. They've done several in the Arez family. They've all delivered, and Arez Super is the latest in that line of pre-workouts, and it's probably one of the better ones, or the best Arez we've ever tried. And not too surprising, it is the latest and greatest. But the company announced a few weeks back, I think, that they're coming out with a limited edition slime flavor. Slime is the name of the flavor because the two fruits that are in it are strawberry and lime. Clash the two together, you get slime. And so they're coming out with a limited slime flavor. Now, originally it was just said that it was going to be a special flavor, limited time, and cool little packaging. But what has actually turned out is that this product is going to feature a very different, well, not very, but slightly different mix of ingredients. The company has really switched things up on this one. Most of the most notable changes is that they've infused NO3T betaine nitrate. So this is a big addition to help with pumps for Arez Super, which was already a well-rounded product. Although pumps, I felt, could have been an area it could have done better. So this is most likely, very likely, going to help with that area. There are a few other changes. The area Durensis is no longer in the mix. They've added in DMAE. They've taken out straight yohimbine, increased the dose of alpha yohimbine. So it's a couple of changes. You can check it out on the site. We outline everything that's different. But the idea is that it's going to be more intense. And for a product that was already very, very intense, this is exciting to hear. So if you're a fan, be on the lookout for that one. If I'm not mistaken, it is launching the day this podcast is going to be published. So I will be sharing that news on the site anyway. If there's any launch deals, we'll be sure to post that as well. But yeah, go to the site or go to NTel Nutra's website, who I think is the one going to be launching it on the Monday, which is again today. So the next, we go from that story to another reputable, incredibly reputable brand that has just killed it this past year, and that is Inspired. Now, Inspired has just done a phenomenal job this year and really maturing as a brand, coming into its own. It hasn't stuck to your traditional categories. It's really just followed its own path, its own trends, and it's done so damn well. It's been great to watch. And while the brand has done so much this year, launching a vitamin, a unique protein, one of the most powerful stim-free pre-workout on the market with FSU. They're now looking to get back into what was really the category that made the brand, or made the brand most known, and that is the pre-workout market. And the company is coming out with a new version of Devastate called Devastate Worldwide Wide. It's a reference to the popular comedy Step Brothers. If you've seen that movie, you'll know what I mean, and you'll know where that part comes from. And so the name of the product is pretty much based on what it actually is. So it's called Devastate Worldwide Wide because it is a worldwide version of Devastate. The idea is that it's formulated for the worldwide market. So it'll have ingredients and features that will make it friendly and be able to be sold everywhere, well, as many countries as they can. That's not always the case with a lot of pre-workouts. A lot of countries around the world don't actually let you sell certain ingredients over the counter. Yohimbine is one, agmatine is one in Europe. There's a whole bunch of them scattered across the planet. So the goal with Devastate is to make it just a global version that people all around the world can enjoy, fans in all different countries, and they'll all get the same experience. All we know right now is that that's pretty much the concept. We don't know how different it's going to be. We don't know kind of what ingredients. It'll still be an intense pre-workout as you've known and as you come to expect from anything with the Devastate name. And it will be, it will deliver a full range of benefits: pump, energy, focus, performance. So we'll have details on that when it comes, but that product is actually due to drop in the next month or two, if I'm not mistaken. So it's, again, Inspired has moved incredibly quick this year, done a lot of different things, and so it's no surprise that this is moving at such a fast pace. Our last two stories are actually on the functional side. The first one we have comes from the Australian company ATP. Now, ATP launched a bar earlier this year, I think. Might have been, I'm pretty sure it was this year. And it was the first collagen bar I'd ever seen or heard of. And we got to try it a couple months back. And while I knew I wasn't in for a traditional experience, when I got it and I got to eat it, I was taken back. I was surprised. The bar is pretty much like a hard jelly. If you can imagine, it's hard to really explain or communicate. We did a review on the site, and that gives you an idea, and you get to see what it looks like. But it's like a hard jelly. You hold it up and it flops. It doesn't break though, because it's a jelly. It's quite dense while still bendy. And again, it's made out of collagen, so that's kind of to be expected. But again, I just didn't expect it, even though I should have known. Now, the big news this week is that ATP Science has announced a new version called the Marshmallow No Whey Bar, or the No Whey Mellow Bar. Now, I don't really know what they're going to do with this one. I have no idea what the point of difference is, how it's going to be different from that jelly original, but collagen is still in the mix. You'll still get a full serving of collagen in each bar, 21 grams of protein, just 2.5 grams of sugar per bar. There are going to be 4 flavors. But the mystery for me is that I don't really know what it's actually going to feel like or look like or taste like in terms of texture. The original was such a unique surprise, and now they're telling me that it's going to have like marshmallow, that's going to be the consistency, or there's going to be a layer. I don't really know what to expect. I'm going to actually make an effort to buy this as soon as I can. It's going to be available in Australia. I will ship it from that country as fast as I can, or as soon as I can. But I'm just purely curious about this. Collagen is a very popular source of protein and ingredient for healthy hair, skin, and nails right now. And so, it's one we've got to try. And I'm just really curious about this whole marshmallow concept and how they plan to kind of get that whole idea across. And the second story of our last two, and to round out the show, we have probably some of the coolest launches I'd seen from the frozen dessert company, Halo Top. Now, everyone knows Halo Top. There's the famous saying, they outsold Ben & Jerry's in supermarkets. I can't remember what year it was, but they outsold them. Crazy statement, in fact. And so this week, in case you didn't know, Halo Top is available outside of the US. They've expanded into a lot of countries over the years, but the lineup is not the same in every country. In the UK, you don't have all the flavors, and you have different flavors of the Halo Top Pop. In Australia, same again. So you get these different lineups, and obviously distribution is an issue. It's not, you can't have the same presence everywhere in the world. But this week, we actually saw something very impressive, and I hadn't seen this from Halo Top ever. And so, firstly, they launched 2 brand new lines of products. Now, this is not something I've seen Halo Top do outside of its home country of the US. They have done several new products in the US and new flavors, but we've never seen an entirely new family of products launched outside. And they're over in the UK right now. And there is the Halo Top Platinum series, and then there is the Halo Top Chilled Desserts. And we're going to start with the Platinum series. Now, basically what this is a family of ice creams that intend to deliver a taste more like your sugar-loaded ice creams like Ben & Jerry's and Haagen-Dazs and all those ones, but still keeping that healthier calorie aspect that you get with Halo Top. The calories are not, and the sugar is not as low as your original Halo Top. The protein is still the same, but is still better than those sugar-loaded ice creams. And the idea is that the sacrifice, for those extra calories compared to regular Halo Top, you get that much better taste, that much better flavor, that much better experience. And the descriptions sound pretty damn amazing when you hear them. So the Platinum series consists of the tubs. There's also the 4 Halo Top Pops or Halo Top bars, the ice cream on a stick, and the concept's the same. It's a high calorie version intended to deliver a better taste. And so the flavors are, for the tubs, there's Monster Cookie, which has real chocolate chip bits. Sorry, excuse me. There's Triple Chocolate Cake, which has actual pieces of chocolate cake. And then there's Space Candy, which has a swirl of glitter and popping candy. And then I have on the Halo Top Pop side, there is the Salted Caramel Swirl, Vanilla Crunch, Cookies and Cream, which has chocolate biscuit pieces. So again, it's pretty much a step up of the regular Halo Top ice cream in terms of the tubs and the Halo Top Pops. Now the other product, that is only available in the UK right now. I was told it was in like Tesco's starting this week. I could be wrong on that. I know it's out there. It's either in Tesco's already or coming soon. But the other product is actually the more interesting one, because this is the entirely new product. Whereas the Platinum series is a spin on the Halo Top Pops and the Halo Top tubs of ice cream, which are already available in the US and the UK. These other ones are chilled desserts. Now chilled treats, these are not the same. These unlike anything else in the Halo Top lineup. And what they are is little pots, basically little dessert pots. They come in packs of 2 or boxes of 2 tubs. And pretty much the same kind of thing as the original Halo Top has tended to be. It is a lower sugar, higher protein, healthier alternative to a dessert. And if you're a Halo Top fan, these things look damn amazing. They're unlike anything else in the Halo Top lineup. As mentioned, they're little pots of basically desserts. Each thing is kind of made with the same kind of build. There's a bottom layer which is made of mousse. And then there is a layer above that, which is pretty much either sponge cake or sauce. And then on top of that, you have something else to kind of spice it up. And so just to give you an idea or an example, there are 5 flavors to choose from. And I'll pick one. I'll go over all of them. But there's strawberry cheesecake, salted caramel, lemon cake, birthday cake, and what's the other? It was the chocolate one. Chocolate, just straight chocolate. Now, just to give you an idea on that breakdown that I was talking about. So the chocolate one, for example, it features a chocolate mousse, which makes up the majority of the little cup, and then it's got a layer of chocolate sauce, like a thick layer, and then brownie pieces. And so you have the strawberry cheesecake, another great example, thick, big layer of mousse, sweet strawberry sauce, and then biscuit pieces and crumble on top. So you can get the kind of idea on what it's like. As mentioned, there are sponge cake ones. The birthday cake is a good idea. That has a birthday cake sponge cake layer, and then it has sprinkles on top as well as sponge cake pieces. And so it's pretty much like a little pot of dessert, and it looks amazing. Unfortunately, I was only in the UK, earlier in the year. I won't be going back till next year. But you can guarantee that when I get there, this will be up on Stack. This will be reviewed on Stack. There's no way in hell I would even try and ship these. I don't imagine them being overly easy to get on a plane and fly over. But they're out there as well, alongside that Platinum Series in the UK only at the moment. Now, I did reach out to Halo Top both in the US and the UK, basically asking, are these going to be available in the US? Haven't heard anything back. That was like a week ago. Hopefully we get some exciting news on that. I would love to see them in the US because, again, they're both great looking snacks, foods. They look amazing, and they deserve to be everywhere based on how they look. But for this episode, that is it. I promise we will be back next week. I don't imagine me getting sick or having any more travel anytime soon, but we'll be back. And thank you for tuning in.